time has come. This year, Guayaquil will shine with its own light. Ecuador will once again be the center of the world. We will dress in the white color of respect and honor. We will carry inside the values that this city has. We live like this as one family. We wear the judo armor that shows friendship and courage. We do what is fair at all times. We have learned to get up, no matter how hard the fall. This is how we are, a city that dresses in judo. Junior Judo World Championship, Guayaquil 2022.
Welcome back to the Cadets Arena here in Guayaquil, Ecuador, at the final block of the World Junior Championships, and it's the mixed team event. We've got 2 bronze medal matches to bring you, and then the final. We're going to begin with the bronze medal match between Germany and Brazil. And I'll give you the rundown, the lineup actually, for the 2 teams. For Germany in the under 73 kilo category, Jano Hubo. Under 70 kilos, Samira Bock. Under 90 kilos, Tom Droster. The plus 70 kilo category, Anna Monta Olek. The plus 90 kilo category, it's George Udis Lowry. And in the under 57 kilo category, Bettina Bauer. That's the lineup for the German team. The Brazilian team, Gabriel Falcao, Luana Cavallo, Guilherme Moraes, Beatriz Freitas, Keo Santos and Bianca Reis. The referee in the middle for this first contest in this match is Roberta Chioglia of Italy. We're underway with the opening contest. Germany lost their quarter-final to Japan 4-0, and then went into the repechage contest where they beat Cuba 4-1. That put them in this bronze medal contest. For Brazil, they lost their semi-final to Turkey 4-2. The Brazilians had a quarter-final win against Uzbekistan 4-2. Left-sided Tomoinagi effort from Falcao, but Hubo blocked that. Looked to go left-sided there, kept it going. And then incredibly left his arm out, Falcao, and got arm locked. Had to tap out. Well, Jano Hubo of Germany, sharp with that Kansetsu waza. 1-0 for Germany. Up next, Samira Bock is up against Luana Carvalho. Bock going over on one side, then changing the grip. Cavallo bent over and looking a little bit uncomfortable there with that grip. And the referee decides that it was just a little bit too overly defensive, and the Brazilian picks up a penalty. Right-sided effort, that's going to score. A slow-worked Makikomi on the right side brings Cavallo down onto her side. And it's Bock who leads in the contest by Wasari. We've got a little under 3 minutes. Good pull on the arm. That's what made that possible in the end. Again on the right side, just collapsed that time. Trying to be a little bit inventive there. Cavallo didn't come off. Bock felt that coming, was able to block that without too much trouble. Hasn't quite yet reached the desperate stage, but that last action there from Cavallo had that feeling of being desperate. Got to be careful not to throw everything in and then end up getting countered or leaving yourself in a bad position, especially on the ground. Bock is likely to want to jump on anything, any opportunity to try and take some time off the clock, stay in control, and bring herself and her team closer to a 2-0 lead. Better grip here from Bock, threatening on the right side. Ojigari, and again Cavallo bent over, looking defensive, and she dropped to her knees there, so I'm not sure whether she'll get away with that. But it looked pretty poor, I'm afraid. And no, the referee decided that she wasn't going to let that one slide. Had just allowed Bock to continue in attacking on the ground in case she had the advantage, but once they were back up on their feet, the second penalty was dished out. We've got a little under a minute and a half left to go. Wasari the lead for Bock, the Germans leading already 1-0 in the match. Right-sided effort there from Cavallo, but it's not the strongest, and Bock is able to defend against that. That was a little bit better from Cavallo. Almost able to ambush Bock as the German walked forward onto that. Minute left to go then. There comes Cavallo, and if she wasn't at a desperate stage a while ago, she is now. Right-sided effort from Bock. Didn't get the right leg far enough across to really threaten the Brazilian. And Bock just doing a little bit of backpedaling there, keeping away from Cavallo. Now she can afford to work on the ground now and just use up some of the remaining time. Only a few seconds were taken off the clock there. We've still got 28 seconds left to go. This has been really well managed up to this point by Box. He throws in another Makikomi. And there are 15 seconds left to go. Just blocking with both hands on one side there, Bock, not really looking for a scoring technique, but it was enough to keep Carvalho out. Samira Bock it is who wins with that single Wazari score from the Makikomi, and that gives Germany a 2-0 lead. Yeah, nicely done. Right, Tom Droster of Germany goes up against Guilherme Moraes of Brazil. Score 2-0 to Germany. Offer Ben-Zvi has taken the referee's spot in the middle. The Israeli will be out there for a couple of contests, I think. Right-sided effort from Droster, just threatening Moraes. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt that he stepped over that, just to defend against a strong right-sided effort from the German. This time it's the Brazilian going left. First minute out of the way, fairly even. Droster probably having the better of the attacks at the moment, and Moraes actually picked up a penalty for passivity. It would be a little bit harsh, but it's the referee in the middle who gets to decide that for the most part. Well, they've both got the sleeves trapped, so not a great deal can happen from there. Not going to make for the most attractive contest when both the athletes have got their hands pretty much trapped. Ojigari! Really nice effort there from Moraes, and difficult to tell whether he turned completely off that. Not only that, it's away from the referee, so the landing would have been difficult. So that's why he's going to have another look here. Oh. Well, it was close. In fact, he's been given the score, but Droster comes back immediately with his own score. So hardly had we had time to digest the score from the Brazilian, and the German came back with that low right-sided Morote Tseonagi and tied things up. Halfway through the contest, it was Zari apiece. Moraes picked up a single Shido, and he's coming under attack there from the Brazilian. Oh, that all happened very quickly. Scores are level in this contest anyway. And the Germans, remember, in the match are leading 2-0. couple of foot taps, and then Droste back for the Morote Seonage again. Energy beginning to drain quickly here for these two fighters. Not going to have the same kind of speed and power. Here comes Mariah, sees the one looking as though he's chasing something. Yeah, just beginning to show signs of feeling the pace of the contest, the heat in the Fedegaias arena. Very close in here. Lovely left-sided effort from Tom Droste, and he catches Guillaume Moraes for a second score. This time left-sided. Ippon Seonage really doesn't get in that deeply, but he gets enough. Actually, he does. On the other side, it didn't look, but it was actually perfectly executed from Tom Droste. 3-0. The Germans lead now. And it comes down to Anna Monta-Olek to finish things off. She's up against Beatrice Freitas. There's the tall, leggy, athletic Olek, who tries to work the Sangaku turnover. Freitas will do well to defend against this. Fighting up at plus 70, both these athletes, but well, they are plus 70, but that's not the weight category that they would normally fight in. And for the under 78 kilo category, Olek is perfect build. Nice turn from the German. Rosario on the board, can work on the arm here. Good position for the turnover. Yep, just got to work on the arm, and whilst working on the arm, maybe get the leg free. Going to find herself in some trouble here, Freitas. Olek happy just to work in near was up, turned the other way. And then lost the opportunity for the Kansetsu waza. Freitas with that lunging left Ouchigari and just getting pushed back there. Yeah, she was going to get penalised for the leg grab. Uchimata thought about the Koichi to go with it. Yeah, she's getting bumped around, isn't she? Beatrice Freitas. Oh, Freitas, sorry. They're in the same weight category, but if truth be told, they look not miles apart, but Olek looks so comfortable out in the middle. on the brink of taking this contest and winning the match for Germany. Germany 3-0 up at the moment, needing just one more win to take the bronze medal, and it will be a little bit of compensation, I suppose, for Oleg to come away from the Junior World Championships with a medal. Came in as the defending champion, but had a first round loss. She had the Japanese in her first round. Not the easiest of starts, and lost out to Kuroda Aki of Japan, who went on to win the weight category. So a little bit of effort from Freitas against Oleg. Minute 40 odd left to go. Oleg again working on the ground. It's been a hard battle for Beatrice Freitas. Gave up a score and just been overpowered, physically overpowered by a much stronger German opponent. Stepped off that left-sided Ojigari effort from the Brazilian easily. Not really posing a problem at the moment. Freitas going to have to find a way to do something, or else Oleg is going to catch her again. There's the Uchimata, and over she goes. Well, Beatrice Freitas just overpowered in the end. Second score from Anna Monta. Oleg brings her not only the contest, but brings the German team a fourth win, and that wraps things up at that point. 4-0 Germany over Brazil in the first of the bronze medal matches. We'll just get the lineup here now, and the formalities out of the way as the referee just formally signals the winner. 4-0 to Germany. The Tozeki Ray, and the handshake and hugs and hand slaps, and see you next time. Celebration for the Germans. They didn't have the easiest of draws, if truth be told, picking up Japan in their first match. It was always going to be a tough one. They went down 4-0. Turned it round, however, and in the bronze medal match overcame a pretty good Brazilian team, 4-0. All right, well, we're going to move swiftly on to the second of the bronze medal matches. Georgia go up against France. We'll bring that to you in a moment. Well, just time to tell you how the teams got to this point. Let's have a look first of all at the French team buying the first round, and then they defeated Cuba 4-0. Their semi-final against Japan was a real humdinger. The French went down 4-2, but if truth be told, they could very well have won that 4-0. Anyway, that didn't happen. Georgia, for their part, well, they defeated Uzbekistan 4-3 after requiring a deciding match. sorry, they lost to Turkey 4-3, Turkey 4-3, and in the repechage contest defeated Uzbekistan 4-3. Right, let's tidy things up and get a look at the two teams then. Georgi Terashvili will go up against Daniel Zubko first of all, and then it'll be Golbani, Poladashvili, Demitrashvili and Loladze, Okakoni, Mitrovic, Nasser, Levitze and Fawaz for France. Okay, we'll give you that lineup when we come to each of the individual contests, but the opening contest is Georgi Terashvili against Daniel Zubko. Referee in the middle for this one is Lubomir Peter of Australia. Terashvili can give the impression sometimes of just being that little bit too calm. Not quite the same as being too cool. Cool might suggest that he's a little bit big-headed, but he's not. He's just so calm. Nino Golbani in the background with the bandaged head, showing signs of some wear and tear from today. Tricky gripping situation for the pair of them. Zubko in the semi-final through the Japanese for Wazari, and then with 3 seconds left, leading with 3 seconds left, got himself thrown for Ippon. I dare say that's something that he's never going to forget. Both fighters have got a penalty. Well, that wasn't the strongest of efforts from Zubko, was it? And he picks up a penalty for a false attack. Terashvili gives you that impression that he's just waiting for the perfect moment to attack. Zubko over on the left, and the Georgian avoids that. Now going left-sided, will need to attack. He does, and comes up with a score. Wazari, and then straight into the Osai Komi. It's tricky to hold him from there. He needs to just get his body slightly, that's a little bit better. And there was only 10 seconds needed. Yoshiro was always going to be tricky. Sotomaki Komi from Georgi Terashvili, bringing Daniel Zubko down for Wazari, and then the Osai Waza. So France having already had a gift because the Georgians are 1 down. It's 1-1 as we see in the under 70 kilo weight category. Nino Golbani up against Melchior Okakoni of France. Okakoni as well had a slip in the semi-final, where leading by Wazari, she picked up a 3rd penalty with just a few seconds left on the clock for just gripping on one side without attacking. gripping on one side for too long without attacking. That's a score. Managed to avoid going into the osaikomi, but the ashi was brings Gulbani down onto a side, and Wazari on the board with 3:20 odd left to go. And that's it. Gulbani pulls it off for Georgia. What a beauty. Massive ogoshi from Nino Gulbani. Well, if only Dennis van der Geest were here to see that. That was absolutely terrific. Well, coming onto the mat now, Tonika Poladishvili goes up against Alexa Mitrovic. It's Poladishvili for Georgia in the white gi and Mitrovic for France in blue. Two to one. The Georgians lead the match. That's a score. Mitrovic takes it over. Ojigari nice and deep. And it's the second time that Mitrovic has defeated Poladishvili. He defeated him in the individuals, but it's only been given Wazari, so we're not over yet. Originally signalled as Ippon, so Poladishvili not out of it yet. Mitrovic went on to win the bronze medal. Missed with the Sumigeishi, Poladishvili. And Poladishvili lost out in the other bronze medal contest to Alex Kret of Romania. So you're looking at a bronze medalist and a fifth place finisher. Mitrovic just a little bit too wily to give up his arm. A little feint, and then the Kosodagari attempt from Mitrovic, but Poladishvili just stepped off that rather neatly as well. Good bit of work from both fighters, to be honest. Chance here, but it's Mitrovic who comes up with the attack. Still the Wazari lead for Mitrovic as Poladishvili presses forward, looking for a score, either to tie things up or finish things off. Remember, the Georgians lead 2-1. The French really need to take this. Minute and a half left to go. Nicely balanced. And that's a terrific effort from Alexa Mitrovic. Really did have the beating of Poladishvili here. Thumping low Osodagari. I think Poladishvili was just indicating to Mitrovic that he's not likely to forget this in a hurry. I'm gonna remember you. Right, Irakli Tsirakidze takes his seat in the chair for the Georgian team as Irakli Dimitrashvili takes on Kenny Liveza of France, and Dimitrashvili picks up a penalty for avoiding to take the grip. A genuine plus 100 kilo category fighter in Dimitrashvili, fighting up at plus 90. That's the weight category for the team, whereas Kenny Liveza is, well, under 100 kilos. Came unstuck against the Japanese Nakamura in their semi-final. Outgunned in that battle. Let's see how he gets on here, because this is a genuine super heavyweight. Irakli Dimitrashvili didn't have the best of times in the individuals. He lost out in the second round to Utkerbek Turaboyev of Uzbekistan. And the Frenchman won the under 100 kilo category. 2-2 in the match. No score in this contest as yet. Couldn't come up with the combination there, Liveza. Yeah, sometimes you recognize the gap between senior judo and the juniors. Yeah, that's better looking for combinations, and that's what he's got to look at. Changing directions and making the Georgian really work hard. Half the contest gone. No scorers yet. 2-2 in the match. Dimitrashvili really needs to take this for Georgia. Lose here, and the French will be odds-on favourites. Because coming up next is Nino Lozadze and Marta Fawaz, and Fawaz looks like a quality fighter. Just want to check the landing on that, but yep, they've decided that was going to stay as Wazari. Vyacheslav Peretyeko, the referee in the middle, gave Wazari right away. And I think that's going to be enough. He bounced back off onto his front, but only after having landed on his side. So good score from Kenny Livez of France. He leads the contest now with less than a minute. Dimitrashvili is going to have to do something special here to come back. Big hip throw coming from the Georgian. Misses. But he pushes onto his back. It's a push down, simple push down from the initial attacker. Now Osaikomi as well. Yoko Shiogatami. He's not going to get out of that. And he has to tap out as well. Yeah, all one movement. And to the Georgian's credit, he was quickly into the Osaikomi as well. Well, they were desperate to get that win, the Georgians. Kenny Livez has been in a bit of a war here, having to fight some of the big fellas, the genuine big fellas. He's only a junior, up at under 100 kilo, but having to fight a few of the plus 100s now. Okay, well, this could be the end of it. Nino Lozadze in the white judogi goes up against Marta Fawaz in blue. And it's now the French who have to win this one to tie things up, because they trail 3-2. A win here for Lozadze will bring the bronze medal, or give the bronze medal to Georgia, and Fawaz picks up a penalty for that gripping infringement going inside the sleeve. And Lozadze, I said earlier on, has got really nice counter skills. So Fawaz is going to have to be careful. We saw Lozadze bring off a really nice uranagi. And Fawaz is not going to want to be on the end of that. Just has a tendency to get a head low, bent over a little bit, Lozadze. He missed with the Uchimata for Fawaz. So you need to find ways of creating attacking options. Lozadze can't rely on counters, and she picks up a penalty for passivity, just a little bit off the pace here, the Georgian. Two low right-sided efforts. Georgians would love to finish this off here. Don't want a roll of the dice, and then it's not going to happen though. Fawaz it is who throws Nino Lozadze for Ippon. Low Morote Seonagi, and Lozadze goes over. Okay, well, that win for France ties things up 3-3. We'll have the teams back on to line up, and we're going to have a random draw to select a weight category that will compete in a sudden death golden score contest, the winner of which will determine where this bronze medal goes. So here we go. This is the weight category that will decide it. It's the plus 70. The Georgians don't have a plus 70. The French win it. And there's nothing they can do. They won't get an opportunity for a contest because they don't have someone at that weight. Sherazadashvili picked up 2 shoulder injuries and was unable to compete. Then it's France who pick up the second of the bronze medals. Well, they came close actually to making it to the final. They could very well have defeated Japan. It wasn't to be. They ended up losing to the Japanese 4-2, and then in the bronze medal match, a 3-3 tie with Georgia. And then when the tiebreaker was pulled out, it was the plus 78 kilo category, and they didn't have a fighter at that weight. So it was the French who took the second of the bronze medals. Right, there are some highlights, and we're going to settle back and have the final. That's coming up shortly. Right, the final of the World Championships for juniors mixed teams. Japan faces Turkey. I'll give you the rundown of the 2 teams. At under 73 kilo category, for Japan, Tanaka Ryuga. For Turkey, Mohamed Demirel. Under 70 kilos, Japan, Kuwagata Moko. And for Turkey, Fidan Ogle. Under 90 kilos, Amano Kaito of Japan and Cem Demirtas of Turkey. In the plus 70 kilo category, Aray Mao for Japan. For Turkey, Hilal Ozturk. Plus 90 kilos for Japan, Nakano Tomohiro, and for Turkey, Munir Ertug. And the last of the weight categories, for Japan, Omori Akari at under 57. She'll go up against Özlem Yildiz. The first category is the under 73 kilo category. It will be Tanaka Ryuga of Japan to go up against Mohamed Demirel. Tanaka in the white judogi, Demirel in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Raul Camacho of Spain. Right, we're underway with the opening contest in this final match between Japan and Turkey. Well, that's going to score. Wazari, Tanaka deciding he's not hanging around. Wants to try and blast Demirel off the tatami. on the board with Wazari in the first 15 seconds. Well, Demirel stepped in to attempt an Osodagari, but Tanaka turned that and he almost threw him with a standing hip on Seoinage. Demirel, after that action, had to just have a little bit of blood wiped sorry, from the right side of his face. Maybe they just clashed heads a little bit. Right, Demirel is back on the mat now. We've had a minute. And Tanaka leads by Wazari. Uchigari from the Japanese. Seoinage. The landing isn't that great, but it won't matter. It's enough to come up with a second score. Yeah, down onto the side. Wazari Awazeti upon. And Tanaka. It is who gives Japan a 1-0 lead. Coming up next, the under 70 kilo category. Kuwagata Moka of Japan goes up against Fidan Özgül of Turkey. It's Kuwagata in the white judogi, Özgül in blue. Well, what a counter that was. Özgül trying to get herself into a position for an Uranagi, stepped inside and onto the hip of Kuwagata. Got into a poor position. Kuwagata absolutely burying her opponent. 2-0. Japan lead now. Things look ominous as Amano Kaito comes to the mat to face Cem Demirtas of Turkey. Amano in the white judogi, Demirtas in blue. The referee in the middle is Cho In-chul of the Republic of Korea. Mountain to climb now for Turkey. 2 down, and some really strong athletes on the Japanese team, including the plus 78 kilo category gold medal winner Arai Mao. Chance for the turnover here. Osai Komi going to wrap this one up now. Kozuri Kamishio-gatami from Amano Kaito, and Demirtas is not going to get out of that one. Well, at 3-0, the save for Turkey starts here, because coming up next, it's a repeat of the final of the super heavyweights for women. Arai Mao of Japan goes up against Hilal Öztürk of Turkey. We've seen it once before, and we're getting a repeat here. It was Arai who won that final just yesterday. She takes it here. That will be the end, and it'll be a gold medal for the Japanese. Makikomi effort from Öztürk. Saw this yesterday. Here comes the turn. Not able to complete the turnover, Arai. Arai picked up a penalty for passivity. Again, a Makikomi effort from Öztürk. Can't get the right leg out. Chance for the Tate Shiogutami here. Wasn't on, but there's a chance for the arm lock, and now that's gone as well. Couple of chances there for Arai, actually. Needs to be a little bit sharper in finishing off her opponent. Right, we're back underway. We've still got a little over 2 minutes left to go. 2 minutes left on the clock. Öztürk keeps up a reasonable rate of attacks, actually. They're not always the most dynamic, but manages to get the timing right, doesn't she? Left-sided effort coming here, almost countered by Arai, and again a chance on the ground. Minute 40 left to go. Another Makikomi effort. Well, she hasn't been able to turn her over yet. She's not going to be able to turn her over from there. Again, the Makikomi. Possible that Arai will pick up a second Shido here, despite the fact that it's Öztürk that's struggling to get to her feet, but it's Arai who picks up a second penalty. He's struggling a bit now, Hilal Öztürk. Plenty of effort. Looks for the big right arm and the Makikomi to follow, but it's brushed off by Arai, who has a little stab at Ouchigari, then thinks about something to the front. Well, difficult to give a good description to that last action. We'll just pass on that. We'll wait until Öztürk returns to her feet. Öztürk picked up the penalty for stepping off the competition area. Makikomi. And Ashiwaza from Arai wouldn't go amiss after the attempts from Öztürk. 7 seconds left to go. We're going to end up in golden score here. And if Öztürk isn't back to her feet quicker, then she may end up picking up another penalty. Right, golden score, Arai and Öztürk. Ouchigari, Makikomi from Öztürk. Chance for the Osaikomi here, and she's rolled out of it again. Arai's not the quickest into picking up on some of the shortcomings that Öztürk has. You get a couple of openings, or she's given a couple of openings, but Arai hasn't been able to take advantage of them. Senagi, Kouchi, but Öztürk had collapsed. I don't think it's going to be long now. Öztürk has rolled under. She's had to tap out as well. She really has given absolutely everything, Hilal Öztürk. But it's Arai Mao of Japan who wins out and gives Japan an unassailable and winning 4-0 lead. And at 4-0, that's where it comes to an end. 4-0, the Japanese. When they take the gold medal, it will be Turkey who will have to settle for the silver. Tanaka, Kuwagata, Amano, Arai were the 4 to take contest. They didn't need Nakano and Omori in the end. And Demirel, Ogle, Demirtas and Öztürk were down on the way to the Japanese, winning 4-0. Öztürk and Yildiz didn't have to compete. I think some of the press want to have photographs of the winning Japanese team, so there they are lined up. We'll give them a couple of minutes before we have to go to the more formal side, because the Turkish team have got to get changed into their white judogi for the presentation anyway. And then we've already got the 2 bronze medal teams all lined up and ready for the presentation. Let's have a look at some of the highlights then.
Dear spectators, now shortly we'll start the medal ceremony for the mixed team competition. Please be prepared for the mixed team competition medal ceremony.
Por favor, estén preparados para la ceremonia de premiación para los equipos mixtos.
Before we start the medal ceremony, you can see the highlights. This is the final between the teams of Japan and Turkey.
I still think it's going to be a minute or two before we get completely ready for the awarding ceremony, and one of the reasons for that is that Hilal Öztürk is still sitting in the venue with a blue judogi on, so she won't be able to get on the podium. I think someone needs to point that out to her if she wants to take part in the awarding ceremony. Not quite sure if anyone's noticed that at all. Well, she's up on her feet now and making her way out.
Ahí se ve hoy. Siso, Siso, Preciso. Oi. Listo.
Right, just while we're waiting for the awarding ceremony, I'm just going to run through the day's action, if you like. Well, it began with France overcoming Cuba. Actually, that wasn't really the order, because Ecuador lost to Japan 4-0. There was a huge cheer for Hilal Öztürk as she finally makes her way down to the end of the competition hall. She's still got to get her white judogi on, however. But she was a popular athlete, not least of all because she has some challenges to get past. And she's done her best. She's given her best. Anyway, let's go back to the draw. Ecuador were down by Japan 4-0, and it was the only first round contest. And after that, it was France who overcame Cuba 4-0, Japan over Germany 4-0, and then we had a real humdinger between Turkey and Georgia. 3-3 it ended up, and then in the deciding contest, Turkey won out, so 4-3 to Turkey. And in the last of the matches, it was Brazil who overcame Uzbekistan 4-2. In the first of the semi-finals, it was Japan over France 4-2, when really the French could very well have overcome the favourites Japan. They could have defeated them 4-0. In the end, it ended up 4-2. And the other semi-final, Turkey were 4-2 winners over Brazil. The bronze medal bronze medal matches, well, Germany defeated Brazil 4-0, and France overcame Georgia after a 3-3 tie. France overcame Georgia by virtue of the fact that the Georgian athlete in the plus 70 kilo category had injured her shoulder and could not compete. So the French were 4-3 winners. That left Germany and France as the bronze medal winners. In the final, it was Japan who overcame Turkey 4-0. We've just seen that. All those results, videos, clips and everything you can see are not only on our website but also on various of our social media platforms, Instagram and Twitter and Facebook, and it's our good colleague from Uzbekistan who looks after all of that. Thanks very much to Jakongia for all his hard work in keeping you up to date. We're just waiting for the last of the athletes to join the awarding ceremony, and perhaps that's something that we could have been a little bit tighter on. We've had such a long wait. But in the meantime, we can tell you about Get Your NFT and go to the judoverse.com to get involved in the Judo World NFT. And we had the Director General Vlad Marinescu up here earlier in the week to tell us all about how to do that. We'll go to judoverse.com and you can find out and get involved. Right, I think we are almost ready to get underway. The teams are just about to be invited into the competition hall. They're all gathered, ready and resplendent in their white judogi, and they walk in to prepare for the presentation now. thanks for waiting and taking the time to stick around for the awarding of the medals. And the first of the teams to come in are the silver medal winning team, Turkey. Team of Japan join them, and then down at the far end you've got the teams of Germany and France. Yeah, you won't be able to have a completely straight line, so there'll be a bit of standing behind one another. Some of the champions of the future you can see there, and the first of the bronze medal winners to step up to the podium are France, and they're joined by Germany. Let's just take a look at some of the French team there. Zubko, Okakone, Mitrovic, Nasser, Levitsa and Fawaz. Well, we can look at some of the German team you can see there. Jano Hubo, silver medals are being presented to Turkey, and they'll all step up. And then, of course, the winning team, the gold medal winning team, Japan.
Ladies and gentlemen, gold medalist and world junior champion team, Team of Japan.
Tanaka, Ryuga, Kuwagata Moka.
Gold medals and prize money to the world junior champion team.
There is Hilal Öztürk in the background. Omori Akari at one end is going to get her medal now. Arai Mao is in the middle. I wonder who's going to pick up the trophy, that's always. And there's Arai, a second gold medal. Carlos Segrasa, the president of the Pan American Judo Confederation and vice president of the International Judo Federation, presenting the medals there. We just saw Nakamura Yuta as well, stepping up from the back, just on the left there to collect his medal. Iguchi Rin didn't have the best of times, was unlucky to have to go up against her teammate. No, she didn't, they were in different sides, sorry. She'd lost out to Veronica Toniolo, that's right. And then lost out in the no, didn't lose at all. Right, sorry, was misleading you. There's Nakamura Yuta, who picks up the trophy for the Japanese. Gold medal winners in the Junior World Championships mixed team event. Happy days for Japan, and now the national anthem of Japan.
Thank you very much. Muchas gracias. Arigatou gozaimasu. Then get the picture with the Mary Peace and the teams.
Well, there'll be some big celebrations tonight for the Japanese team. Congratulations to them. However, we did have a spirited effort from Turkey, the team from Turkey, during the day. Yeah, we did have a spirited effort from Turkey today. Alongside that, France and Germany put up good efforts. Brazil, Uzbekistan. It was an interesting mix. Like to see maybe just a few more entries next time round. We missed out on seeing the team from the Netherlands in particular. I think they would have put up a good effort. Maybe Italy. That would have been nice to have seen them in there as well. We've got more judo for you in a couple of weeks' time when we are in Sarajevo for the Cadet World Championships. But that brings all the live judo from the Fedegayas Arena here in Guayaquil in Ecuador to a close. I just want to thank a few people who've worked especially hard. Carlos Ferreira, who's done the stadium replays. You may not have seen any of those, but thanks very much to him. Miha Zadravets also for doing all of the videos on the International Judo Federation website. I have to thank also a very big special thank you to Philip Grebliczki, who really does the most fantastic job on as our live stream technician. And I know that Dennis will also want to thank Philip, but he's already gone. Our director, IT director, was Matthias Fischer, but all of the broadcast team, and a big thank you from me. Thanks very much for your company. We'll see you again in Sarajevo, but it's bye-bye for now.
Join IJF NFT.